Ever find yourself wondering where those truly brilliant ideas come from?
Mm-hmm.
Like when a musician channels a melody they've never heard before.
Right.
Or an artist captures, the essence of an emotion on canvas.
Yeah.
Juliana, he believed that this power, this creative power, it lies within each of us, just waiting to be unlocked. And that's what we're diving into today, this idea of the internal black star.
Okay.
Based on his work, we've got excerpts from his writings, presentations, even some personal anecdotes.
Wow.
Ready to go deep. Get ready to unlock a new understanding of your own creative potential. Now, Juliana, he wasn't just, throwing out these mystical sounding phrases.
Right.
He offered a framework, the 7 internal principles, to guide us. He believed these principles were essential for anyone looking to, tap into that creative core.
And what's fascinating is these principles, they aren't about some mystical ritual or anything like that.
Right.
They're about cultivating specific attitudes, approaches to life. Almost like setting intentions for your actions,
Right. So it's not just about what we create. It's
Yeah.
about how we approach the act of creation.
Exactly.
Could you maybe give us an example of a principle and how it plays out?
Absolutely. Take the principle of constancy, for example.
Okay.
Juliana, he believed that true creativity requires persistent effort. Showing up consistently even when inspiration feels elusive. Because that's often, when those breakthroughs happen, that dedication to the process, that fuels the internal black star, he argued.
That resonates with me.
Right.
I often find that blank page or the empty canvas
Right.
can be intimidating.
Yeah.
But it's the showing up, the act of showing up, even when it's tough, that leads to something meaningful.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask about something that stood out to me from the source material. The black mass, this powerful image, raw creative energy.
Yes.
Could you elaborate on that a bit?
Juliana often used these really vivid images to describe, these internal concepts. He wanted people to, feel them, not just understand them intellectually.
Yeah.
Now, black mass, it might sound intimidating at first,
No.
but it's essentially a metaphor, for the untapped potential we all possess.
So less about a literal mass, more about this wellspring of creative energy.
Exactly. A reservoir of creative energy within each of us, waiting to be channeled and shaped. Think of it like this. A sculptor starts with a block of unformed clay, right?
Okay.
The black mass is that raw material. And our thoughts, our intentions, our focused effort, those are the sculptor's tools.
I'm starting to see how this ties together. The principles, the foundation, the black mass, the raw energy, and our focused efforts shape that energy into something tangible.
Yeah, and this is where he brings in another powerful tool, the black cube.
The black cube. This one really, this one got me.
Yeah. If the black mass is that raw energy, the black cube is that process of refinement, bringing those creative impulses into a structured form.
Okay, so how does that work in practice? I can't imagine it's as simple as just staring at a black cube and hoping a masterpiece comes out.
No, not quite. No, Juliana, he was all about taking action.
Okay.
He talked about the black cube as this tool for analysis, breaking those ideas down into smaller, manageable steps.
So instead of being overwhelmed by the sheer scale of a creative vision, you're using the black cube to define a path forward.
Exactly. And that process of analysis, planning, and execution, that's what he called the art of COS.
Okay.
Create, obtain, sustain.
Create, obtain, sustain. It's like a mantra for bringing your ideas to life. But I'm curious about something. We've been focusing a lot on these internal aspects of creativity, but what about external influences? How do those factor in?
Well, that's where things get really, really interesting. Because Juliana recognized that, we don't create in a vacuum.
Right.
Right. We're bombarded constantly with information, opinions, expectations from the outside world.
And that can be both, inspiring and overwhelming.
Totally. Yeah.
Because on the one hand, you have this potential for collaboration, connection. But on the other hand, there's pressure to conform, fear of judgment.
You hit the nail on the head. Juliana called this, the interplay between the internal sphere, so your thoughts, your beliefs, your imagination, and the external sphere, everything else. He really believed that finding a balance between these two was, crucial for creative expression.
So how do we navigate that balance? Because it's easy to get caught up in the external noise.
Right.
Especially these days.
Especially in today's world, yeah. It's everywhere. He emphasizes, not letting the external world dictate your creative choices. It's about being discerning,
Right.
about what you allow to influence you.
So it's not about shutting out the world.
No, not at all.
It's about being mindful of like the energy you let into that creative space.
Precisely. Remember, the principle of constancy we discussed earlier. Juliana believed that by cultivating that strong internal foundation, we become less susceptible to those external pressures.
That makes a lot of sense, because if you're constantly seeking, validation from the outside world,
Right.
you risk, losing touch with your own voice.
Yeah.
It's like building a sanctuary, for your creativity, a space where you can connect with that wellspring without, that pressure.
Right.
Which reminds me, it's something I found really inspiring in Juliana's work. This idea that it's not, just about art in the traditional sense.
Right.
He saw creative potential in so many aspects of life.
Absolutely. Yeah. Juliana believed that, these principles of the internal black star, they could be applied to anything that requires creative problem solving,
Right.
Writing a novel,
Yeah.
building a business,
Yeah.
nurturing relationships.
Right.
He saw it as this essential life force, not just like this specialized skill set.
So it's less about the medium, more about the mindset.
Exactly, yeah. It's about tapping into that black mass, that reservoir of potential within, and using it to, shape your reality.
Right.
Regardless of the field, the endeavor,
Now we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
The principles, the black mass, the black cube, the balance of the spheres.
Right.
For someone just beginning to, explore Juliana's work.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most important thing to remember?
For me, it comes back to Juliana's core belief that we are not, just passive recipients of the world around us.
Right.
We have the power to shape our own realities, to create something meaningful, from the raw materials of our experiences, our thoughts, our aspirations.
It's an incredibly empowering message.
It is, yeah. And he doesn't stop there.
Okay.
He challenges us to take action.
Okay.
He poses a very powerful question to his readers. A question I'd like to pose to you now. What can you add to this whole...
Wow, that's a question that really makes you pause and reflect.
Absolutely.
It's a call to action, but it's also like this invitation to, really tap into your own potential.
It is, recognizing we all have something to contribute.
Right.
A perspective, unique experiences, and that the world is a richer place when we share those gifts.
It's a reminder that this journey, this journey of self-discovery,
right,
creative exploration, it's ongoing, right?
It is.
There's always more to uncover.
Always more.
More to create, more to share.
Exactly.
And who knows what incredible things we might, achieve when we embrace that journey fully.
I love that.
That's a thought I will be carrying with me. So to our listeners, if this deep dive resonated with you, I encourage you to explore Juliana's work further. There are layers upon layers of wisdom there to unpack and apply to your own life.
Right.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll discover your own answer to that question.
Absolutely.
What can you add to this whole